Hello students, welcome back to the class. In the last class we have discussed about the forms of corruptions. In the last class what we have discussed, we will discuss now. Mainly in the last class we have discussed about this quid pro quo corruption. Okay, we will discuss it. Quid pro quo corruption, in the sense, in the last class we have seen that some political parties and leaders, they are giving some favorable decisions regarding cooperators and businessmen. In return, the businessmen also are making some investments. They are making huge amount of investment in the industrial units. Okay, so that is nothing but exchanging the benefits. So in the last class we have seen that nowadays a different type of corruption is there. Okay, in the previous years the corruptions were only one sided, but now it is nearly the two sided, exchanging of points. Nowadays we can find in India most of the political parties are making any statements and they are giving preference. Okay, they are making lot of preference, they are giving the decisions which are quite favorable to the corporates, and in return the corporates are also making some favorable points by investing their funds in industrial units and all. So this is nothing but exchanging the benefits by both. So here the corporates were also getting benefits by the decisions which are taken by the leaders. Here the leaders are also getting some benefits from the corporation by their investments and all. Children, in the last class we have discussed about the forms of corruptions. We already know World Bank have defined that corruptions are nothing but the public office are mainly useful for the private purposes. Whenever the public office is mainly useful for the private purpose, then that is one form of corruptions we can find. There are different forms of corruptions we can find. The first one, bribery, extortions, embezzlement, favoritism, nepotism. So these are the 5 important forms of corruptions. So first one, when we are talking about the bribery is nothing but whenever if you are giving to influence the officials, whenever a person is giving gift or money to influence the officials, then that comes under bribery. When the official will accept the gift, when the officials will accept the gift as well as money. If any person by one sided also is when he try to influence, then that comes under bribe. Okay, so whenever one party, in order to influence the other officials, when they give them money or a special gift to influence the official, then that comes under bribe. Next important thing is extortions. Extortions are nothing but whenever the practice of obtaining the money by force. Whenever you are doing some practices to obtain the money by force, then that is called as extortions. Embezzlement is nothing but this is a crime which are mainly committed by the white collar crime, in which the person misappropriate. Okay, misappropriate means which is quite dishonest. So the person misappropriate the assets which are completely entrusted to him. That is one point. Favorism is also we can find. Favorism is nothing but the practice of giving the unfair preferential treatment to one person. Whenever one party is giving a preferential treatment to other party by using the expenses of other party, that is called as favorism. Nepotism, commonly we can find as favorism and preferential attitudes towards the relatives, friends, okay, family members in the field of various fields like sports, jobs, okay, entertainment, etc. So that is called nepotism. So special preference are given to the family members. So for example, if you see that nepotism example, if you see recently in Sri Lanka, we can find the Prime Minister of Sri Lanka has given 3 important positions to the family members. Few political parties are giving very crucial position to the family members because they are great and they are related to them. So whoever the person who are related, whenever they are giving preference to the related members, then that comes under nepotism. Okay, next we'll go forward. Now corruptions, when you are talking about other form of corruptions, children's corruption is one of the major threat for the Indian value system. This is one of the danger for our Indian system. So corruption is one of the major threat for the Indian systems we can find. Corruption is spreading like a disease, and this is nothing but an insult. Mockery is nothing but because of this corruption, corruption is causing an insult for administration, development as well as our democracy. Okay, if democratic countries can be successfully possible when all the peoples will be truthful and if they work fruitfully. But if a section of one person, if they started taking corruption, the administrations will greatly affect first of all. Second thing, there will be no development. Already best example I will say you, 2G scams we have seen are Commonwealth Games scam, which is there in your textbook. So in this 2G scams and Commonwealth scams, lot of funds were getting diverted. Instead of diverting that funds, these funds are getting diverted towards the pocket of one single person. So if instead of having that, if all the money, if they have utilized for the welfare, then there is a great development. Now for example, in 2G scams, nearly 1 lakh crores of rupees were completely comes under the scam. This 1 lakh crores of rupees can be utilized for the various development activity. We can construct many schools and colleges, many hospitals we can able to construct from this point. But because of that corruptions, completely they are blocking the way of all the developments. So that's why it is saying that corruption is insult for our administration also, in terms of development as well as democracy also. That is one of the biggest insult. And that's why the government, to control the corruption, the government has started Prevention of Corruptions Act 1988, according to which if a person find of taking any types of bribes, okay, in any places, then he will be booked under the criminal act. So that is one point. So corruption is a anti-development as well as anti-poor childrens, because one person is corrupted the money. If one person will corrupt the money, what he will do? He will block the way of development, and all the money he will be diverted to his account. So okay, so that money actually is a public money that should be used towards the public. So instead of using that towards the public, if that money is diverted towards his fund, so that is anti-poor. So most of the corruptions were quietly anti-development as well as anti-poor we can find. So that is, if you see that various politicians we can find, bureaucrats, non-government organizations and criminals, they played a very key players there. So they played a very key role. Either if you see politicians, bureaucrats, NGOs and criminals are the key players of having these types of corruptions. Okay, this is one point. On the other hand, if you see that most of the corruptions are getting arises, when the corruption will arise, there is a scarcity of goods. Whenever the corruptions will be more, the goods will be in very less quantity. Imbalance will occur. Regional imbalance are quite common, and that leads for one more problem. Due to this high corruptions, whenever the corruptions are very high, the scarcity of goods, the quantity of goods will be very less. Services are also will be very decreases, and delay, there will be delay in administrations. Okay, you can't able to, work cannot be done fruitfully and fastly. So there will be a delay in the administration if there is a corruptions, and there will be a lack of transparency. Transparency is very important in government. What is meant by transparency is, so government should be transparent, so whatever the work which are there, the government should be transparent to the public. Transparency of governments can decrease some amount of corruptions. Imagine if the government shows this is the amount, these amounts were utilized in these are the various fields. If the government shows to the public, then what happens, the people will be, that is called transparency. Then the people will get right to ask the questions to the government that where are these funds, from what are the development activities. So government, if there is transparent, then only the people can believe upon the government, and the government democracy can able to run successfully. Transparency is important. But due to the high corruptions, what will happen? There will be lack of transparency. If there is no transparency, then only the corruptions will form. If the government will be transparent, there will be no corruptions. Delay in administration, service, goods, etc. Corruptions can also lead terrorism as well as militancy and rise of extremism also. Extremism means hatrations, a type of hatrations attitudes also, mainly responsible in the public we can find, mainly because of these corruptions only. So what we have studied, children, we have studied many things here. First we have studied that World Bank, here corruption is one of the major threat of the Indian value systems we can find. So corruption is spreading like a diseases. It is spreading like a contagious diseases, and corruption is one type of insult for our administration's development as well as democracy. That is a great insult. Corruption is anti-development as well as anti-poor. Okay, why? Because corruption blocks all the way, and most of the political parties, bureaucrats, NGOs and criminals are the key players in these corruptions. Corruptions will arise. If the corruption will arise, there will be a scarcity of goods and services. There will be a quite delay in administrations and lack of transparency. Corruptions can also lead to militancy as well as rise of extremism. That is one point. So children, these are the forms of, this is the one of the important forms of government we have studied. So we have started from the World Bank, how the World Bank has given a definitions about the corruptions, that corruptions are nothing but the public office when they are useful for the private purpose or for the personal purpose, then that is called as corruption. These are the various forms of corruptions we have discussed: bribery, extortion, embezzlement, favoritism, nepotism. Okay, bribery is nothing but whenever if any party to influence the officials, if they will provide any type of money or gift, then that comes under bribery. Extortion means if you are using, okay, the practice of obtaining a large amount of money. Whenever if you are applying any practices for obtaining something, money through force, by forcefully if you are applying a practice to obtain large amount of money, that comes under extortions. Like yeah, embezzlement is also one type of corruptions which are mainly deals with the white collar high officials peoples. So these high official peoples, in which they will use some inappropriate and dishonest way, so whatever the assets which are entrusted to them. Favoritism means giving a favor to a particular person by utilizing the expenses of others. Nepotism means giving a favor to our friends, our own family members in the various fields like sports, entertainment. These are quite common. So giving favor, okay, to various positions. So whenever if you are to give the positions, whenever if you are giving your favor to the friends, relatives and your family members, that comes under nepotism also. For example, I have explained you most of the politicians what they will do. The politicians are very favorable towards their children's or their family members. Whatever the position will be there, first they will try to give to their family members only. Okay, that is also one form of nepotism. This is quite common in politics, sports, entertainment, etc. And then we have studied about, in the last point we have studied quid pro quo corruption. So in the last class we have discussed quid pro quo corruption. It means that now in India we can find a new trends of corruptions have started. Some businessmen, what they will give, some politicians are giving some decisions which are quite favorable to the corporates, and in return the corporates are investing various types of money in industrial units and etc. So that is nothing but exchanging of benefits. Now here corruption is a major threat for our Indian values. We can find corruption is spreading like a diseases, and corruption is just a insult for our administration and development as well as democracy. That is a great insult we can find. Corruption is anti-development as well as anti-poor also. Most of the players like politicians, bureaucrats, NGOs and criminals are one of the key players in these corruptions. Whenever the corruptions will be more, there will be a scarcity of goods and services, there will be delay in administrations as well as there will be a lack of transparency. Sometimes the corruptions can also lead to militancy as well as rise of extremism, children. So thank you very much, children. These are the forms of corruptions. In the next class we will come with a new topic and we will discuss it. Thank you very much. We will meet you in the next class.